Hello everybody. Let me know if you're watching by making a comment or a thumbs up or a heart or something. Hi Francine. I hope you're well. I am going to be very brief this evening. As you know, I usually post a video once per week. So I'm going to be brief, but it's something. Hi Kim, it's been a while. I hope you're okay. It's something I've been thinking about, and it's one of those things that we consider to be trivial, or we maybe take for granted, or because of the multiplicity of emotions that we might be feeling, at times we forget to do it. But I am speaking about this topic, which is forgiveness, based on how it has helped me in my process. Hi, Cleon. If every day I come here and I try to tell you what you need to do to get ahead in life, or what you need to do to maximize your potential, but one of the questions that we sometimes forget to answer is how. And sometimes people, hi cuz, hi Gwen, how are you? Sometimes people want to have an idea as to how they may proceed. It's not that you're telling them what to do, but sometimes when we're destitute or we're in despair, we forget about the how of things. So I'm going to just share with you briefly something that has helped me a little bit. Hi Levy, or actually a lot. And it's forgiveness. Now, I'm not here to proselytize. I do understand that some of the persons watching are not necessarily Christians, and that's fine. But when you think about forgiving, it is not necessarily something that is limited. It is not something that is limited to people who are Christians or people who go to church. Essentially, to forgive just means to let go of certain emotions that get the better of you, like anger or bitterness. That's what forgiveness is about. And essentially, it helps you to stop being resentful against other people. So it is not something that is confined to Christianity or the church. And I'm not proselytizing. So here goes. There are 2 points, as you might have seen from the caption, when you consider forgiveness. It's forgiveness of yourself and forgiveness of others. Sometimes when we think about forgiveness, we think about it only in the context of forgiving others. But then, even if you are forced to forgive someone, or to say you forgive someone, or even if you try to forgive another person, it's going to be ineffectual if it is that you cannot find it within yourself to forgive yourself. It might not be for the same thing, it might be for something else. But the point is that in order for you to let go of those debilitating feelings, you have to find a way to forgive yourself. So what do I mean by that? It means that if you may have wronged someone in the past, or if you have caused someone to feel bad in the past, or even right now, you have to resolve those issues. You don't necessarily have to go to the person and say something to them. I believe that you get a lot of answers through praying, so you can start there. But you have to resolve the issues inside before you can even begin to think about forgiving someone else. There are a myriad of emotions that come with unforgiveness. And just to name a few, there is anger, there is bitterness, there is resentment. Let's talk about anger for a minute. Hi Kasim, thank you for watching. Anger is something that basically causes you to act in a way that's most times irrational. And then it has you feeling bad afterwards, feeling as though you did something that you regret. And I go through life trying not to have regrets, because when you allow those feelings to walk with you daily, you're not able to live in the now. You're not able to be present, because these emotions from yesterday are going to constantly weigh you down, and you're unable to proceed and to be your best self on a daily basis. So in order for you to walk in your full potential and to live now, to live in the present, you have to resolve those unresolved issues. And that's what I mean by forgiving yourself. You have to do some introspection. See where it is that you have wronged somebody, or see where it is that you have caused someone to feel less than, and try to rectify that in whatever way you deem necessary and whatever way you're comfortable with. Once you do that, then it makes it easier for you to now consider forgiving others. Um, Another thing that I want to point out is that forgiveness does not mean forgetting. So it's okay. I do know that the Bible says forgive and forget, and that is good. Thanks, Alan. And that is ultimately what you would want to accomplish. But you can forgive someone for something that they did to you, and you can still not forget it. It doesn't mean you have resentment against a person. But forgiving them just means that you have neutralized those feelings of anger and resentment and bitterness to the point where when you see the person, or when you hear a mention of the person's name, or when you think about the person, it doesn't allow you to feel any sort of negative feeling toward them. And guys, if you are connecting with what I'm saying so far, give me some thumbs up or some hearts. I just want to know if, what I'm saying is actually affecting you the way how it has affected me in a positive way. Basically, there are two possibilities with us in terms of the mental energy that we exude. It's negative mental energy or positive mental energy. And something like unforgiveness is going to cause you to have negative mental energy, which means that when you're in that negative state, you're going to just constantly see everything for all the cons, all the negative aspects. You will never be able to see the positive in anything. And we all know that even in disappointments do lie opportunities. But when you become such a negative person that you are weighed down by negativity, then you're unable to see any solution in your problems. And so that's why you want to have a positive mental attitude. And when you have a positive mental attitude, it makes more sense to you all of a sudden. Hi sis, thank you for tuning in. It's the first time you're tuning into one of my live videos. Thank you so much. But what I'm saying is that when you have a positive mental attitude, it makes it easier for you to forgive because suddenly it makes sense. And you realize each time you forgive someone and you let go of a negative situation, it makes you feel empowered, and it gives you more focus. And that's the next point. Hi, Derry. When you are focused on your goals, you get better results, better outcomes. So that's another reason why forgiving some people is important, why forgiving those who have wronged you is important. It helps you to focus on your goals. It helps you to focus on your dream, and it helps you to focus on you. So what I always say is that you should give yourself permission to forgive yourself. And that is in connection to the first point, which is that you have to learn to forgive yourself, and then you can consider forgiving others. So you have to give yourself permission to forgive. And a study out of Johns Hopkins University came out about last September. They found that people who are resentful and people who are unforgiving usually end up doing things that are negative toward themselves. And in fact, they say that you might even wind up committing suicide just because you cannot resolve the issues enough to forgive yourself for something that you did wrong. You're human. And as human beings, we are not infallible. We're going to make mistakes. We're going to hurt others. We're going to make other people angry. But at the end of the day, if you're unable to forgive yourself for causing someone to feel hurt or to get angry or to resent you, if you cannot forgive yourself for any of those things, there is no way you can maximize your potential. There is no way you can become your best self, because this is going to be a constant distraction. As you go through life, you're going to be bothered by it constantly, and that is limiting you. When I was about 12, I remember I came up with this quote that there are not many things in life that you can control. So for the things that you can control, you should basically take charge and move forward. And I believe that whether or not you decide to forgive someone is something you can control. I'm not saying that it's easy, but I'm saying that it is within your power to remove this limiting factor. That's just one additional thing that's unnecessary in your journey as you move towards pursuing your goals. And so if you can find a way to reconcile any issues that you have with anyone so that you can move on, it's going to help you. And as it will make you feel better, I can tell you that. I have been in situations before where people wronged me, and for a long time I was like, hell no, I'm not going to even talk to that person again. But then every time you see the person, you just feel uncomfortable. You feel angry. You feel like you just want to do something to them to get even. And at the end of the day, when you go home and you think about them, you feel even angrier. Your anger just intensifies. And then it can reach to such a limit that you start resenting yourself, because after a while you will not like the way you're feeling. And so because of that, you start resenting even yourself. Who is that helping? And another thing is that sometimes when you're unforgiving towards someone who has wronged you and that person has knowingly wronged you, you empower them. You give them more power to be angry toward you and to treat you even worse. And there is no telling where that level of resentment and anger can take both persons involved if you're not willing to forgive the person. You don't have to go back to being friends with that person. You don't have to go back to whatever relationship you had with the person, but you have to see the person in a positive light. Some people would say release them. That is not your burden to carry. I am not saying that you're not capable of feeling hurt. I've said it a couple of times since I started talking. We're all going to feel hurt by something that someone did to us at some point in time. And sometimes, hi Marlon, sometimes it's worse when it's someone close to you, somebody you care about, like your family member or your spouse or your children or your close friends. It's even worse when it's someone you care about, because you find yourself saying, I can't believe he did this to me, or I can't believe she did that to me. And it makes it harder. But one of the things that you realize again is that if you care about the person, you're going to release them. Release them, and in time, they will have to deal with their issues. You don't have to confront them, but release them so that you can be at peace with yourself, so that you can be still within yourself. Remember, again, the trajectory that I am taking you down is this. I want each and every one of you to become the best version of yourself. And I am confidently saying this because I know and you know that you have the ability to be better than what you are now. You have the ability to be greater than what you have now. But for you to do that, you have to get rid of all the negativity in your life, and just being able to forgive someone is one aspect of it. So I did promise at the beginning that I was not going to be long, so I don't want to take up too much of your time. I do appreciate you guys coming in and joining me this evening. I think I should probably do this more often. If you agree, just send me some love, some thumbs up or something. But I just feel so good when I am able to empower someone else, because I've been through some patches in my life when I just thought that it wasn't going to be possible for me to overcome those situations. Remember in my last video, I alluded to something that happened to me last year. I didn't think I would be here now feeling so energized and so positive, and feeling as though I am able to take on the world and accomplish all the things that I've always wanted to. And to be able to sit here now and do that and speak to you guys who have been so supportive, and to say to you guys that you can do it too, it makes me very happy, because I am living proof that it's possible. There's so many things I could allude to, but the first thing that the thing in the forefront of my mind right now is something that happened to me when I was in Barbados a couple of years ago, about 6-7 years ago, and I was attending school there. And it's not necessarily about forgiveness, but it's just to show you that you can recover from any negative situation that you're in. I remember I was about to, I was going to stay in Barbados after I completed my undergrad studies for the summer to make some money to help me with law school. And I was I think the oldest one living on my flat at the time. And I had a group of sisters from all over the Caribbean. I will never forget those ladies. They were all younger than me. And they tricked me. You know, they told me that they were going to be having a sale, a breakfast sale during the exam time for one of our friends' French project. And I was happy to chip in, you know, because we were all like a little family there. I have brothers and sisters all over the Caribbean, and I'm very grateful for that. And in the end, what they did just brought tears to my eyes, and it made me realize that they are good people. And that's why I can focus on the positive things, even if there are not too many of them at any given time. Because those young ladies, when they sold those breakfasts that they used their money to buy the ingredients, they went, at the end of the day when they were leaving, some of them left earlier than others because some people had exams that ended before others. And I was I wasn't going to leave because I had a job and I was going to be working that summer. And I remember one day they called me in one of our common areas, and they handed me an envelope with all the proceeds from the breakfast in it. They knew my financial situation at the time. And to know that someone was that a group of people, young people, who were doing their undergrad studies, going out into the world to make an impact, that spoke volumes to me. And that made me so emotional because I could not believe. I mean, they'd already done enough for me throughout the year, helping me with my pageants, feeding one of them from a certain beauty queen from Antigua. She would feed me all the time. It was amazing. I didn't think they could do more. And when that happened, I just realized that there is so much good left in humanity. And I'm not going to spend my time focusing on the negative things and on the people who have hurt me when there are so many people who have been so good to me. I am going to focus on that energy, and I'm going to bring that energy with me to be the best version of myself and to impact the lives of others. I want to be able to impact someone positively with what I do or what I say. It might not be much, but I want to make a difference in somebody's life, because life is short to the extent that tomorrow isn't promised. No one knows when they will depart, but for as long as you're here, you can make a difference. And the difference I want to make is that I just want to help someone, even one person, to not let go of that dream, to not let go of anything that you want to accomplish, because it is possible. 15 years ago, when I was about to leave high school, not knowing where I was going to end up next, not even having the money to go to sixth form, ended up attending a youth service. I didn't know I was going to be here now, having pursued postgraduate studies, 2 undergrad degrees, all kinds of things, studied French on my own, doing so many things, and there is still so much left. I am not yet used up, and I'm going to make the most of what I have. And I'm saying to you, Sasha, Luanda, Derry, Levy, every single person who have taken the time to listen to me, Marlon, thank you guys so much. You have the ability to do anything that you want to do. Alan, you have the ability to be anyone in this world that you want to be, to assume your rightful place in society, your rightful position in society. Just trust the process, and remember, forgive. Forgive yourself and forgive others. You're always going to feel hurt at some point in time. You forgive someone today and tomorrow something else happens. That should not deter you. Just remember all those times in the past when you had something negative happening to you and you thought you would never forget about it, or you never get over it. And then after that, you were able to be happy again. You were able to, as time went by, you kind of forgot that and you push that to the back burner. Don't just push it to the back burner, but get rid of it. You don't need that baggage. You don't need to take that on your journey, because your journey is a positive one. Your journey is one that is going to take you places, and you don't need any distraction. So any distraction that you can control, any variable that you can control, I am imploring you to get rid of the baggage. Forgive. Forgiveness is not only going to help you, it's going to help the person who you have forgiven, and it's going to help the persons in your circle when they see that positive energy exuding from you. So guys, thanks again for watching. Thanks again for listening. I really appreciate your support. If you're not watching live and you come later and you see this, just let me know what you think. That's my friend in the background. Sorry for the noise. Just let me know what you think, if you have any ideas or suggestions. If you want to learn more, you can go to my website. It's www.shauna-kaye-brown.com. I am going to attach it in this link as usual. Every single day I post things on there, from motivational quotes from entrepreneurs, from other speakers, from just random quotes that I like, from persons who have just made a positive impact in this world. I put positivity there. I write articles. I have my own quotes that I write and post every day. I just want to send positive energy into the universe. And I thank you guys for being so supportive. Until next time, have a great evening. Thank you.